Morning. We're going to have a go at another Dartmoor type of painting, made up, but I'm interested in doing these tutorials on skies as much as anything. The sky today, well, it's grey. We've had a lot of, well, a bit of snow. It's not settling. Well, it was settling, but it's now melting. It's above freezing. I was going on the weekly bike ride with the old guys along my river stream, chalk stream, but it was just too dangerous. So here we are, Tuesday morning. Yesterday my old laptop started to die, my old Windows machine. So I'm going to just use it to do my downloading, uploading, because I haven't yet learnt how to use Windows 8.1 and downloading videos, let alone finding out where they are. So it seems to be working at the moment, but the battery's dying on it, and so we've got to leave it plugged in. So here we go. I'll wet the paper all over. It's a Fabriano £130. My palette, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. I love mixing burnt sienna with the ultramarine, making lovely rich, dark, greeny type colours. So we'll wet the paper. I've been doing these sky paintings, but with 70% sky, for hopefully to get 2 or 3 of them accepted in an upcoming exhibition in a local gallery. With such luminaries as Fred Gillespie and Fiona Hooper. Both artists are, you can Google them, Fred Gillespie and Fiona Hooper, both great artists. Right, there we are. Now, I'm going to do a stormy sky, so I'm going to put in a bit of burnt sienna and mix a bit of dirty burnt sienna, mix with some raw sienna on my little palette. I can't remember where I bought this palette from, or I bought 2 of them. Somewhere in Devon, some Emporium. It might be the Emporium. But they were quite inexpensive. They were about £6 for 2, including postage. Might have been a bit more, but they last forever unless you drop them. They're good solid plastic display food trays, but ideal for what we're using for. Right, bit of blue, good bit of dark blue, just to indicate a break in the clouds. So just keep to one side. Right, now mix it with light red. I see my brush is splitting, so just touch the tips in water, and then they just come back together again. So I'm going to put plenty of red in there, with light red. It's not really light red, is it? It's quite dark. And leave some nice breaks with the threatening skies. A little dry lighter than this, but just get, once the paper's wet, you can do all sorts of things with it, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that over the landscape, I think. No, I won't. I'll just put in some distant hills, lemon yellow mixed in with the blue and the got a bit darker on there. going lighter over here. Dartmoor's a bleak, beautiful place in Devon. Oh, I just put some bit of distance behind here. Right, clean my brushes now. My brush, and we get some nice yellows. A little merge, bit of burnt sienna and raw sienna. It's all looking a bit muddy at the moment. Well, I'll just reclip the paper. If it doesn't work out, I'll paste on the other side, but you won't know that. So don't be too hasty to throw your failures away, because they do live, again, as a support for for acrylics and oils. Watercolour paper has always been a great medium for, or support, should I say, for the opaque medium. Constable did a lot of his sketches on, oil sketches on watercolour paper, and they're very fresh today, 200 years after he painted them. So just putting in some of these hedgerows, stone walls, just warm them up a little bit. I'm going to etch some of these with a card. Just putting these little farms or fields. Okay, so we've got some light coming here, but this is dried in, you see, because it's so we have some outcrops of rocks in here. Okay. Right, a bit more blue. I could almost leave Payne's grey off of my palette. Okay, card. Let's just clip. You can get strata showing with the way you use your card. Right, let's So I've got a stone wall, and they're just going into nothing there. Just a quick way of doing stone walls. But you do need to put it on dark. Right, well, I'll put some crops, outcrop of the tour here and there. Okay, so I'll put in some, this has got a bit muddy, but we can imagine that that's a cloud shadow. I'm going to etch out a pathway through there. I've got my cup of tea. I'm going to put in some darker trees now, some trees like sloe bushes. So just more blue. Now this is quite a dry brush here. Not too dry, methinks. It's my burnt sienna and my ultramarine. There. Okay. Now when these are on the blue side, with the dark, I just want them to show up against that murk behind. Okay, let's make it slightly more green. Burnt sienna, lemon yellow, and the ultramarine. So just put these behind. Okay, coming on. No, I won't do any more of that. I'll just put little bits here and there, just strengthen these up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to let that go now. I was going to put some figures in there, but I don't see where I can put them. You wouldn't want to be out with a threatening sky like that, would you? Could have done a bit more there, but really this is an exercise in the sky over a landscape, and really you should try doing improvised painting. I mean, I'd love to look out my window and see this sort of view, but I'm afraid it's not to be. That's just a bit muddy, but I don't think that really detracts, because this cauliflower here looks as if it's shedding some water. We're going to shed some water. So it's quite a threatening sky. Got a bit high with that mound there, but I'll sign it and I'll put some birds in. And I really want to try to see if I can upload this to my new Windows 8 computer. Right. Okay. Right, okay, let's just put a bit of tape up the top there, hold, and I'll put the blue mount on. If you've been watching my recent videos, I've got 3 paintings to go into the exhibition. I hope they get accepted. They might not be what they're looking for, but and since I'm very traditional in my art, so if anybody says to you, "Oh, all this has been done before," you say to them, "Oh, not by me, then." That's what Ted Weston said when somebody said the more abstract, and it's all been done before. Well, there we are. We have a rather threatening picture. It's not pretty, but it's a painting, and I've done worse. So I'll zoom you in. I'm just moving my camera around a little bit so you can see what I've done. There's the background, lost in the murk and the squally rain. I could do some. I did some before of Ashdown Forest in Sussex. Very lovely, bleak landscape there. Once covered in trees, but long since gone. There's my looking over the wall there. I could, when I think about it, let's come out a bit. I could probably put the back of a figure. I think I will. I'll zoom you in a bit. I'll put a figure just coming just in front of those that sort of broken rock there. Let's just going down. Just put shoulders blue and red, a bit of red, I think. Let's put okay, so there's a sort of figure. That's supposed to be his elbow, but it's a bit higher. It's his backpack. Let's put somebody further down there then. Oh, I don't look so bad today. Right, let's go back with the mounts. There's a little bit of focus in the bottom. Oh, well, there we are. That's not so bad. Adds a little bit of life to the picture to complement the birds. Let's just zoom in on those. Oh, there we are. go downstairs now, so the new computer, and see if I can upload the video or download the video and find out where it's downloaded. I haven't read the instructions yet, but my little tablet is Windows 8, so I'm getting used to finding my way around. Anyway, speak to you later. Bye bye.